Hi, this is Dinesh Karthik here, and a pretty disappointed one at that because it's been a very wet week for cricket. First the Ashes, now it's this test match. West Indies were 76 for 2 and they needed close to 289 runs to win today, but it didn't happen. The match was called off. They kept waiting. At a point, they said the play could start at 140, but just when they thought they could, rains came back in and the match was completely called off and the series in favor of India to 1-0 and take home 16 points in the World Test Championship cycle. But this episode is going to be about the highs and lows of this test series. I think there were a lot of highs, a lot of good performances. More importantly, also in the look into the ODI series, which has a lot of relevance with the World Cup round the corner, and I want to discuss about all of that and more. Let's start with the batting. This series, the highest run getter was Mr. Yashasvi Jaiswal. It was his debut series. He got 266 runs in the 3 innings that he played at 88.66. And he also showed he's got 2 types of batting. One in the first test that we saw, very measured, took his time, in many ways played through a lot of tough spells. It was a tough pitch to bat on. Actually, both the test matches were pretty tough to bat on. In terms of run scoring, maybe not so hard in terms of trying to protect your wicket, but run scoring was hard. He got a brilliant 100 in the first test. In the second test, he got a 50 in the first innings, 10 in that second innings. He showed the world why he is being spoken about so highly. Just the kind of shots that he played right from the outset. Kemar Roach, he took him on, played some lovely shot to the fast bowlers, ended up being probably one of the most good-looking batters in that series because when a lot of others found it hard for run scoring, he did make it look easy at times. Now bowling, the highest wicket taker of the series. Surprise, surprise! It is Ravichandran Ashwin yet again. 15 wickets, quite a comeback after being left out in the World Test Championship final. We've spoken a lot about him. A man of steel, done brilliant things in the series. Also, it takes a lot of mental effort and courage, grit, determination to come out there in the series and to do what he has done. Phenomenal effort yet again by R. Ashwin. There were a lot of other good performers as well. Virat Kohli getting a 50 in the first test match, 100 in the second test match, and in his 500th test appearance made it really count. Rohit Sharma, as usual, 100 in the first test match, a 50 in both the innings in the second test match, batted brilliantly. A couple of lovely performances from Siraj as well. In the first test, he bowled really well. Wasn't that lucky in terms of the wickets, but in the second test, he showed why he is so good. Picking up a fifer, looked the part, and also a slight a word in for Mr. Mukesh. I think we've spoken about the fact that he was really good in domestic cricket, came back, and he showed why he is being rated so highly. Ishan Kishan making his debut as well in Test cricket, looked the part with his keeping, very solid, very safe a lot of the times. With the bat, he got an opportunity in the first test where he just one not out. In the second test, he made it count in the second innings, getting his first test 50. It's time to speak about the lows of the series. The players probably who didn't really get going. The 2 batters, Ajinkya Rahane and Shubman Gill. Ajinkya Rahane obviously had a very ordinary series. You got to understand he had a really good World Test Championship final, hence was picked and also nominated as vice captain of the series. A lot of surprises there because you could see there was a lot of talk about how come he's been made the vice captain, but that didn't matter to Ajinkya Rahane. He got 2 opportunities with the bat and on both occasions he was found wanting. Yes, these are tough pitches. Sometimes it can be a tough series as well. But the thing with Ajinkya Rahane over a period of time has been that critical word, consistency. And that's why he lost his place in this team. He would know he didn't make the series count, but he is the kind of player who you think should be on that flight to South Africa because in those big moments, you get the feeling he will make it count. And that's what has been the good part about him. But if he is consistent in these low-key series as well, if he finds to get in a score, I think it would really help him considering where he is at with his career. Shubman Gill, we all expect the world out of him. And just like in T20 cricket, I think he's starting out slowly. If you look at his scores in the recent past in Test cricket, nothing great to write home about. He's really made a mark in ODI cricket, in T20 cricket. Now for him to make it in Test cricket, I think he has the skill, he has the potential, and he needs a little bit of patience from our side, but he does look the part when he plays innings of certain great players have certain great caliber. I think he's one of that kind. When he comes good, he's going to be consistent and he's going to do well at this level. And when it comes to the bowling, there was one bowler who went wicketless throughout the series, Jaydev Unadkat. He's been such a potent bowler in domestic cricket. But when it comes to international cricket, he's got his opportunity now. He did pretty decently in Bangladesh, but in this series, he's not been a patch of what he has been in the recent past. Key performer of the series, Yashasvi Jaiswal. What a player he's turning out to be. These last 12 months have been glorious for him. He's just made a mark in every match that he's almost played. It started with Mumbai. In the Ranji Trophy, it was pretty quiet, but then that rest of India game, it took off. The IPL, we all know what he did. There's a man who looks like he could very well be a 10-year player. He's a left-hander, knows how to leave a ball, knows how to defend it if it is hard, but most importantly, you want him to play a few shots. My God, he can really go after you. You get the feeling he might find it hard to be in this World Cup squad, but post the World Cup, I don't see anybody stopping him. Let's talk about West Indies for a change. Could they have done something better? Yes, I think attitude-wise, skill-wise, they have some way to go. But there were also a couple of good performances there. Alec Athneys making his debut looked the part, but found a way to somehow give it away in between. A technical error there, especially for playing spin. He could get better at that, but looks like somebody who could make a mark for West Indies. Also, you need to remember that next series for West Indies is against Australia in 2024. So there's a lot of time for them. There's a big break. They can go work on the game and come back better cricketers. Let me do a brief preview of the 3-match ODI series against India, because in all the 3 formats that's going to be played in this series, this ODI series, this is going to be the most important and relevant one for the near future. And for me, the biggest person who can take home a lot in terms of confidence, in terms of giving confidence to the selectors as well, and as someone who's a world-class player but strangely hasn't put a mark in ODI cricket, is Surya Kumar Yadav. He's had a quite a lean run. If you remember in the last series against Australia, he got 3 ducks. And post that, we also saw what he could do in IPL. Somebody who could come and take the game away in a whiff of a breath. Now that's how special he is. He is, in my mind, one of the best T20 players, and I have no doubt that he should be part of the World Cup squad. He is an X-factor player, an absolute match winner, but then he needs the scores to follow it up as well. Can he do it? I definitely believe he can. Another player that we need to talk about is Chahal. He's been very sporadic with the amount of games he's played. He's hardly played many games. I think if I'm right, he's only played around 5 since the last 1 year. So that's not too much to talk home about. But he's fighting with Kuldeep now, who's probably just gone ahead of him. But there's always a battle between both the spinners. Can they both play? And if they both play, what will the team combination look like? Those are the questions that India need to answer. And one last one, the fast bowler. We all know in many ways, Shami, Bumrah and Siraj have booked their spots for the World Cup. Now, if you take the 4th medium pacer, who is that going to be? Is it going to be Umran Malik, Mukesh Kumar, Jaydev Unadkat? These 3 are playing in this series. They have an opportunity to make a mark. Let's talk about the Indian 11, or what could be the most probable 11. You have Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill opening the batting. At number 3 will be Virat Kohli. At number 4, I think will be Ishan Kishan. Now, speaking about the wicket keepers, there is a chance that between Ishan Kishan and Sanju Samson could be the choice for the 2nd wicket keeper. Ishan Kishan slightly ahead because India lacks left-handers. So there's a great chance that he could be up there. He would also be the reserve backup opener. At number 5 will be Surya Kumar Yadav, who was a very, very important series. 6, Hardik Pandya. 7 will be Ravindra Jadeja. At 8, afterwards, we have 2 medium pacers and 2 spinners, Yuzvendra Chahal, Kuldeep Yadav, and then the 2 medium pacers could be Mohammad Siraj and Umran Malik for a start. This could be the probable 11 because that will give them 3 medium pacers and 3 spinners, and they could work well with that in West Indies. And we all know they'll have an eye on the World Cup, which is around the corner. But for a start, they'll also test out a few players in this series to see who are the ones that are most likely to make it to that World Cup squad.